The Florida Gators go on the road this weekend to College Station to take on the Texas A&M Aggies. Now, A&M is favored by 7.5 in this game, and Florida having to go on the road after a big Texas win, that can be mentally exhausting. And A&M gets to stay home after being able to lean on Mississippi State and get a comfortable win last week. I do like Florida's defense against Marcel Reed a lot in this game because Marcel Reed has struggled with completion percentage, accuracy problems. So if Florida is able to kind of keep him contained and keep him in passing downs, they can get some big wins there. I do think the Aggies running backs could cause some damage though, because their offensive line is much better than Texas's. Now, Florida was able to stifle Texas's run game because of how many wins they had against Texas's blockers. Aggies' O-line is much better. But in order to win this game, Florida needs to get the Aggies behind the sticks. They have a bad success rate in passing downs, and Marcel Reed, like I said, hasn't been overly accurate, but the explosives for A&M have been there all year. Casey Concepcion and Mario Craver are absolute weapons outside where you can play 2 great downs of defense, get them into 3rd and long, but then all of a sudden it's a big completion over your head to shift all of the momentum. My biggest question for Florida is, did their offense really turn a corner over the bye week, or was last week just a wounded animal at home great performance? Because I don't think it's a total fluke to look that sharp against Texas because of how good that defense is, but is that performance really repeatable going on the road in an environment like Kyle Field will be this week? I think this is the hardest game left on Florida's schedule because of the situation where I have to go on the road at night at Kyle Field. Their hardest game other than that is like Georgia, but that's a neutral site field during the day, and Georgia has looked a little soft at some points. So if Florida's able to win this game, all of a sudden there's a lot of optimism around this Florida team and the rest of their schedule saying, we've done the hardest parts, let's go take care of business. I do think, right, like in the past, this is a game that you'd see A&M lose when they weren't over that hump. I believe they have kind of gotten over that hump of being 8-4 all the time, dropping games they shouldn't lose. I think A&M is able to win a close one against Florida, but this game should be very competitive, and I wouldn't be overly shocked if the Gators are able to maybe pull this upset, but for right now, I'll put my faith in Mike Elko and the Aggies to get a big win at home against a resurgent Florida team.